I'm about to play a challenge with every Magic player's favorite archetype, Mill. All right, welcome back. Vintage gamers, happy holidays. It's beginning to look a lot like CRABMAS. I am going to play Mill today in this Vintage Challenge. That may be a poor decision, as this deck does not look like it can beat Mono White Initiative, but I have handcrafted a new version of Mill here. You might ask the question, Justin, why are you not playing Blue-Black? Where's Glimpse the Unthinkable? And I just think playing that card is unthinkable. Wait, is unspeakable? Did I make the wrong joke? Glimpse the Unthinkable. Aha. Sweet. Anyways, but that is actually the real reason. I didn't actually think the black cards were providing enough value to be worth playing for Underground Seas. And I wanted to see if I could include Field of Ruin as an additional quote-unquote fetch land for the crabs that still gets you a basic land. So I wanted to see if I can include like a bunch of basic lands in this deck and not fall prey to the wasteland metagame that we are currently in. So we're trying to play mono blue Mill today. I thought about playing ley lines in the main, but I decided Surgical Extraction will cover us for more matchups. Got a lot of dress downs and dazes to go with our milling crabs. The best one, of course, is Archive Trap. A lot of vintage decks have a lot of searching, so you can pretty easily trigger the Archive Traps. For the decks that don't search, Field of Ruin can help trigger that as well. Fracture Sanity is usually better than the Laughter card. The Laughter card is not very good in Vintage because everyone is playing very high mana cost cards. You're playing Force of Will, 4 of, Lorien, 4 of. You end up not super happy with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So we're playing Fractured Sanity, Archive Trap, and 8 crabs with a bunch of fetch lands. And then we're playing all the broken blue cards, Gush, Cruise, Daze, Merchant, all the restricted cards, basically. Sideboard, I have some cards for traditional Sphere Shops. I've got the Ley Lines for Bazaar, some Null Rods for Jewel. I've got a Strip Mine extra for Bazaar. My plan with Mono White Initiative, besides hopefully dodge it in every round, is we're going to try to maybe bridge them. I don't know. I thought about playing like Dismembers in my sideboard, but my crabs can't steal back the initiative, so it's like pretty dang pointless to... Well, I bet I didn't even re-enter this challenge. So I bet I don't even have Ensnaring Bridges. Oh no, I did. Woo, saved. We got some extra combo cards, and I'm going to play 1 Suspend just because I can get it off of Merchant Scroll. So a lot of the sideboard options that I would typically play, like a Tabernacle or a Needle, those aren't very good when you cut Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, because you can't search for them. So I think playing just like a massive quantity of a powerful effect, or a blue instant is the way to go. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to dodge mono white. That's probably not a very achievable thing on a Saturday challenge, but it is what it is. And we're going to try to play against Doomsday. That's probably our best matchup. Beseech is probably a pretty reasonable matchup. Maybe Blue-Black Saga is a pretty reasonable matchup. Those are the kind of matches we want to play against. So hopefully this holiday CRABMAS deck does okay, and I'll see you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. All right, we've set the over-under at 2.5 match wins. Chat is betting ferociously. We are here for round 1 of our 64-player vintage challenge, so 6 rounds. This hand has an Archive Trap, a Crab, and a Surgical against possibly a Squeevine opponent. Archive Trap, unfortunately, does not get triggered by Squee in any way, unless we, of course, find one of our Field of Ruins. So that could be problematic, but Surgical is pretty good here. Opponent may not be around. They're trying to finish up their standard match. So if that's the case, I'll pause the video and we'll see what happens. All right, we're away. Let's see if this Archive Traps are actually good against our opponent. They're not. That's unfortunate. Surgical is good. We're going to have to find a Field of Ruin to trigger these Archive Traps, which could be a problem. There's a squee in the yard. Hopefully they don't have a hollow one. They have a hollow one. The crab at least blocks the root wallas. I'm just gonna play around negation and surgical this squee. My opponent's probably like, what the? They mental misstepped it. Oh my god, I wish we had a ley line. All right. I've invested in the arena of ideas. I guess my crab not getting misstepped is probably a good thing, so. I will need to draw a Field of Ruin, though, to win this game, probably. All right, so that at least blocks the Root Walla, but we're still on a 5-turn clock from this hollow one. 4-turn clock, I guess. They do still have active Squee because they misstepped my Surgical. Also, feeding them cards into their yard is not ideal, which is why sometimes you play Leyline in the main. I decided Leyline in the main was a little bit worse against the field than Surgical Extraction, but this is definitely the matchup you want to play Leyline in the main verse. We do still have our ley lines in our sideboard, though, so. We have leyline, 4 ley lines, a strip mine, and a flusterstorm. All right. I take 4. Unfortunately, the second fetch is going to take a turn. They found another hollow one. They did pitch a wasteland, so we did avoid that. Black Lotus. That might cast an archive trap. All right, I'm going to cast this brainstorm. Give myself options here. Probably put away some archive traps, theoretically. Unless I draw a Flooded Strand right now with my Black Lotus. That would be pretty strong. Still does not look like it's going to be enough to mill them out before we die to 2 hollow ones, unfortunately. They just have negation as their last card. Man, I wish I could play Squee. Seems like such a good time. I'm going to mill them. Hopefully they don't mill any Squees over. I milled a Squee over. Sick. I did stop them from drawing a hollow one off their activation, though, so the small victories, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're just dead, right? My opponent had 2 counter spells for my 2 spells and 9 free power. Doesn't seem like that's a playable situation for us. If they keep this master, it means they have a force as well. No, they didn't keep the master. They have triple Squee. We take 8 here. Well, Bazaar is normally not that big a deal because I would have Leyline, but I mean, they had double hollow one, right? So it's just really rough. All right, so I'm going to hold this in case I draw another crab. I don't even think I have enough anyways, but... All right, not a great draw. So let's... Fetch, mill. Yeah, I mean, I'm just dead, right? Like, there's nothing we're actually doing here. I guess I can hit Time Walk, but even that's not enough. I drew all my islands. Yeah, I mean, they had 3 hollow ones in their top 15 cards, so not ideal. I did draw the Time Walk. Yeah, but like playing non-basic lands is just really bad in the current format. Like playing Tropical Island and having it be wasted on turn 2 here would just be game over as well. So theoretically, if I draw a Field of Ruin, they drew green card Vigor and hit my Black Lotus. All right, fair enough, I guess. If I had drawn a Field of Ruin, I would have been able to mill them for 3, 6, 16, 29. That's not even enough anyways. We've been defeated. All right, so I have a strip mine and 4 ley lines and a flusterstorm. I'm not really sure we're gonna bring in bridge, but we can consider bringing in bridge. Negation is dead. Dress down is dead. Daze is pretty good. Misstep is good. Surgical is good. Stream Decker bot. Get out of my channel. You're done. How do I want to fit more cards in my deck? I don't know. Gataxian Probe, maybe? 1 Sanity, 1 Dig Through Time, and 1 Ponder. Maybe Scroll is just too slow. I think I want to keep 1. I can always mill myself in Cruise as well. I think I just need traps, even though they're bad, because I don't think I have enough velocity if I don't have traps. And I do have 4 ways to turn it on with Field of Ruin. I'm going to be mulliganing pretty aggressively for Field of Ruin. But maybe trimming a trap is just like better than trimming a Sanity. That's probably true. But I don't feel like it's better than trimming like a Scroll or something. So I'll do that. It's like tough to say. Like obviously trap is the bad in this matchup, but like our deck just doesn't have. I want to keep this hand, but I just don't have a basic island. Yeah, sure. I could play Prismatic Vista. Sure, it's fine. I don't care. I think I have to mill this hand, unfortunately. Mulligan this hand, because, like, unfortunately, Vigor is too broken. So, like, 2 ley lines doesn't actually help me. And I have a strip mine, but if they play a hollow one, I just immediately lose. So, I think this hand just has to be mulliganed. All right, so this hand is much better. I've got a crab. I've got a Field of Ruin. I've got a ley line. Keep. Let's bottom. I think we just bottom. I think we just bottom Sapphire so I can keep Force. It does make my Field of Ruin worse, but like if they successfully Vigor me, then I lose my Sapphire anyways. I think it's just probably worse. We do probably have to force a hollow one in though. That's not ideal. All right, they mull to 5 this time. Are they gonna upkeep a Vigor here? No. Island Crab. All right, they didn't have a Vigor. Yeah, I'll probably force a hollow one. Give myself maximum time here. All right, they pitched Force, Squee, Wasteland, played a hollow one, forced the hollow one, and see what happens. Okay. Do they have a Vigor now? Yep. Green card Vigor. I think I'm going to mill myself. They currently only had 2 cards, and they have nothing in their graveyard. Oh, now they have a Master and a Vengevine in their yard. A land lets me Field of Ruin or Bridge. Grab. Yeah, it's not the draw we were looking for. I mean, if we had a land there and killed their Bazaar, I feel like it's pretty winning. But are they going to hit Hollow One Root Well or trigger Vengevine? There's just no winning ever, man. There is simply no winning ever. It's crazy. All right. You got me. This deck is so silly. Ancestral Recall. All right. All right. We got some lands here. I think I have to mill them one of these, but not both of these. I don't want to give them 2 masters this turn if possible. I gave them a squee. I'm dying. All right. Well, I have to hope they don't hit a force, I guess. I don't know. We're just super dead, unfortunately. Like, they just went up to 6 cards in hand. I'm trying not to mill them because if I give them master, they kept master, so we're getting forced. We lost. We lost the game. It's so sad, man. It's just too late. They just drew too many cards, and now they're gonna force my bridge. Like, it's very important my Ensnaring Bridge resolve. So giving them Squeeze and Master of Deaths means they're more likely to find and keep Force of Will in their hand. They have Echoing Depths. Interesting. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we would have had enough mill to get them here. Kind of looks like we would have. So maybe I threw it. I was hoping they might force that. All right. Well, I'm gonna Field of Ruin on their upkeep so that it might actually just be enough. Because I have blockers too. Maybe I should have milled them the whole time. It's hard to say. 21. I mean, just my lands is 18, right? We only opted out of milling 3. Might have been 6. No, we're not playing other colors. Can you see the islands? They're going to 1 card. I think they just lose anyways, right? I have enough blockers. I think. Like, they have to force this, and then I play a bridge. Aha! We win! Let's go! Playing a basic that's not an island in my all island. No, they had Noxious Revival. And they put Vigor on top. What? They're still milling out next turn, right? Unless they have a second Noxious Revival. Oh, I wanted to put Force of Will on top. Oh, I drew perfects anyways. I have the triple block too. They have 0 cards. They have 5 cards. They have... This was the perfect draw, though, right? So, I mean, I guess Ancestral might have been better, but... Wait, they're going to put another card on top of their library? Okay. Okay. We almost lost that game anyways. That's crazy. That was a wild roller coaster. All right, so we had a ley line. They destroyed it. Oh, man. What a mess that game was. We got the W, though. Chain Revivals on top? Yeah, that would probably beat us, too. I don't know how we actually beat that, right? I mean, if we get the Ensnaring Bridge in play. They should definitely be... They should definitely have a bunch of options there. All right, this hand has Fluster... Big... Yeah, this hand's garbage. Let's mulligan this. They kept 7? God damn it. Just get rid of an island. I have a ley line. If I can get this land in play, I help these. Triple Rootwalla. Seems good against Leyline. Man, I hate Squee. Squee should not exist. Do I get a draw? Do I get a draw? Oh, wait. My Daze is online. Okay. So we'll play Island. I feel like we're supposed to just play one thing per turn so that we don't get trapped, right? Because I don't want my Daze to get Mind Break trapped or something when there's like a Vigor, right? And I'm not stopping these this turn anyways. I need a crab. I feel like I need a second counterspell as well. Okay, they got rid of... Nice. Wasteland. Classic. Vengevine. Force 3. All right, this looks promising. This looks promising. There's a chance. Oh, wait, they just pay for days. It's doomed. It's so silly, man. Their deck has 5 wastelands in it. It can never pay for days unless they draw and play a wasteland. I'm dying inside. So crazy. My opponent's deck that plays 0 mana is gonna pay my days. It's fine. I thought we were in a good spot and I was wrong, so very sad. Second Wasteland Master. God damn it, Days. You failed me. I can't like break these, right? I need to wait. Can't even get underneath my own bridge anyways. I'm just dead. I'm just super freaking dead. I guess I technically can play a ley line if I draw it. The fact that the fact that they had no land to wasteland means my daze was turned off. So silly. Oh, triple squee! Triple squee! God. I'm so glad this deck exists. What a great thing for the metagame. It's just awesome. All right. Field of Ruin. We're so doomed. It's just over. This Snaring Bridge plan did not work out very well, huh? I just thought this Daze would be on, and the Daze was not on because they drew a Wasteland. Damn it. They played the Wasteland like mostly to play around Tabernacle, but it's just so sad. I mean, Field of Ruin's like the best card in our deck, right? It's whatever. It's fine. If you just keep 7 with Squee, you can't ever lose, so not much we can do. Though, if I had changed my deck building and I played the ley lines in the main instead of the surgical, we might have won game 1. I mean, probably not, because they had 3 hollow ones in their top 15, so. It's just completely doomed. Sure. I mean, I have to get a bridge in play. It's just this Daze is not turned on, right? So I can't do anything. Because this wasteland single-handedly destroyed my entire game plan in this game. I immediately draw the ley line after I use my Black Lotus, and now I can't get out from under my bridge. Yep. Okay. Well, that's an unhelpful way to win this end this, but you got me, homie. I've been bested in the arena of ideas. All right, here we go. Round 2. They did not reveal a cat. This is a keeper for sure. We've got double crab. Got force. This hand's great. Ruby, pass. Probe? Sure. Show me your secrets. I want to know what's happening. Tell me what you got going on. I want to know. I want to know. Teferi, mental misstep Lavinia. Bruh, my crab is about to get mental misstepped. Hopefully they don't play Lavinia before Teferi. No, my crab. I want my crab back. Wait. It's archive trap time. I should have archive trapped him in response. I'm sorry, chat. I wasn't ready. Oh, I hit Yawgmoth's Will and Citadel. And there's a Wasteland. Okay, all right. Yeah, I was supposed to archive trap in response, right? Or is that not how that works? I have to wait till after? How does it work, actually? I haven't done this in a while. So they haven't searched yet, so I have to wait till after. That's kind of sad. Okay, so I didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to get illegal optimizations. Teferi? Aha! I think we just force this. Teferi seems like a really annoying problem to have. I know they have another Teferi, but I think Time Walk is better than Dress Down. I mean, I got rid of the Yogwill, so the mills should stick now. Ruined Crab. Bro, if they drew a force and they force my Ruined Crab, I will be so sad. Just let me grab you. Pew. Oh, hit the time vault. All right, how do they even win? How can they even win? They're dead. They have no time vault. They have Saga in their deck? We don't know if they have Saga or not. Probably have Saga. All right, new Teferi. You got it. Bounce my crab. Bounce my crab. Key. Okay, they have Lavinia and an unknown and a Teferi at 1. It's looking good. It is looking good. Oh, crab. I think we play 2 crabs. I think we want to maximize crabbage here. All right. I still haven't seen a Saga. They got Wastelands, but I don't know about Sagas. Okay, all right. Now it's time for Lavinia. Wait, what is this? Lorien, draw 3? That just means you're getting milled faster. You fool. You fool. Okay, so I can go... Oh, I can't go field into Time Walk. I need... If I hit a... I need to hit a land there. This Time Walk? I kind of want to cast the Fractured Sanity, though. So... I think we just need to hit this. They probably don't even have any more black sources left in their deck after this. Do they even have a basic? No basic. Strip Mine. Mill. They have a Strip Mine and Academy? They don't have Sagas in this deck? It's crazy. Yeah, but if I send the message that I'm attacking with my crabs, then I have to keep sending the message, and that I'm too lazy for that. They hit the black source off the jet. Oh, there is a Saga in this deck. Okay. Land? Wait, we're fucking crushing our opponent. We don't even need to. We can cycle it and they're dead. Wait, my deck is broken. I simply need to draw 3 crabs in my top 10 cards. All right, chat, what are we bringing in? Anything? Nothing? We're kind of pre-boarded for the matchup, aren't we? Maybe I didn't really feel like it was a Mindbreak Trap matchup. How's our Oath matchup? I don't know, we got Surgical. I think we're like pre-boarded for this matchup. Our deck is sick. I don't really feel like Flux is necessary. We have Dress Down, right? Flux is just for art, for like... I envision Flux just being for sphere shops where we get island, basic island, basic island, basic island, and play Flux. I mean, we got Counter Magic and we got a Claw. Like, that was like, what turn was that? I feel like Trap and Fluster are just bait or like bad spells against Esper, like do nothing cards, to be honest. Like, Fluster doesn't actually counter anything. But actually, this Daze on the Draw is probably worse than Fluster, so. I don't know if it's better than like Surgical. I don't know like how many islands we have. Like, maybe we can get from 1 island for a Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, I mean, like, those are the best cards in their deck, but like a lot of games just don't involve those cards. They just like involve them sitting around on like Teferis and Lavinias and playing Sagas, right? But Daze is pretty bad on the draw anyways, so let's trim. Let's see what happens. Immediately draw Daze. This Surgical is like pretty bad as well, but I think that's okay. If I was F6, my opponent would have been milled out there. the anti-saga plan. We just have 4 Field of Ruin and 2 Dress Down. All right, well, I'm going to Archive Trap, right? Like, even if it gets flustered, I think that's fine. Sure. I mean, whatever. I don't think that's a big deal. I just, like, don't know when the next time I'll be able to use an Archive Trap is, right? So I'm, like, probably... I think I'm just supposed to put it in, but maybe not. Now my Daze is online to protect my crab, so there's, like, some upside there, at least. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this surge. I mean, I guess milling Urza Saga is probably what I'm supposed to do with Surgical Extraction. Ah, they got one anyways, but it's okay. I have a Dress Down. Swords. Shit. Key. Oh, I'm gonna cycle this Fractured Sanity. Try to hit a land drop. This card's sick. Well, I did mill a Saga. I feel like I should just hit this Saga, right? I mean, I have 2 Dress Downs. I don't really need to do that. Ooh, there was one in hand? Wait, we're just fucking winning this game by a lot. Wait a second. Wait a second. My opponent's deck doesn't do anything. So their hand is Lorien revealed. And we get to dress down their sagas. And we get a crab. I love me a crab. This does mean they probably get a key and they have a top key, but I think that's okay. I kind of... Yeah, I kind of need them to commit mana. Nice Saga tokens, friendo. They can't get a Soul Ring, so... I mean, they should just get a Sensei's Top, for sure. They went Mana Crypt? They draw Tinker for turn? Oh, they drew Time Walk for a turn. And then next turn, they're going to Lorien revealed. I wonder if they'll float the extra mana to play around Daze. What do you think, chat? Yes or no? They played a Ruby. That's hilarious. I've invested. That's too funny. Strip mine? That's so rude. All right, well, show me your secrets. Mental misstep. Maybe I'll draw my own mental misstep. Okay, you got it. All right, send a message. Time Vault is gone. They have Yogwill, though, so if they top deck Yogwill, it's pretty bad. Or if they top deck Ancestral, it's pretty bad. I think we're going to lose this game, if I had to guess. I mean, all they need to do is find Yogwill, so we just, you know. Teferi. I don't think I want to do that. I'd like to make my land drop if possible. Also, like the land drops more valuable if I get more crabs. I think I'm supposed to time walk, even though it's low value, because if I draw a land, I can go for Ancestral. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand why people are saying do that, but I don't think it's like, I don't think it's good enough. Sweet. I need to mill a Yogwill. Ancestral or Gush? It's probably Gush, actually. But I want to cast it now before my opponent can have Hold Reach or a counter spell, which makes it Ancestral better, I think. And they don't have Mental Misstep in their deck. Surgical Extraction? I need to cast this now as well. So what do I hit? Do I just hit Time Vault so that I can't die? There's 3 swords in their yard, and that means there's one more swords in their deck. There's a Yogwill in their deck. So I think if we just hit the Time Walk, the Time Vault, sorry, I think that just makes the most sense. They have the swords in their hand. They also have Brainstorm Mystical, but they don't have Tinker anymore, so they can get a Force, or they can get... Oh, they can get the Yogwill. Okay, so we were going to lose this game on this turn. This Yogwill still might lose us the game, right? Because this Yogwill, just they replay their whole thing, and they get a Saga back, but we do have a Dress Down. I mean, this Yogwill looks pretty game-losing to me, but maybe we can mill them out after. We didn't draw any lands. Oh, I guess we're getting sorted anyways after the Yogwill. This Teferi's really good against us. I can daze my own spell as well. Oh, I can't daze my own spell because there's a Teferi. Okay, interesting. So maybe I was supposed to use the daze for bring back a land. I mean, they're just going to get a Yogwill here, right? Yeah, they got a Yogwill. All right, I mean, they get to do whatever they want. They have a Teferi in play, so... I mean, they're definitely... Do they have a Time Walk? Yeah, so they're definitely going to go Saga Time Walk. They need to draw into at least a Force to stop my Dress Down, which they probably will. There's 2 Forces left in their deck. They're going to Swords my Crab. Oh, wait, they don't have a lot of mana, actually. We didn't mill over, like, Lotus or Pearl or Sapphire. So they don't actually have a lot of mana. Though they do now have Key Top. So if they want a Time Walk, they can't Swords here. But Time Walking just gives them Teferi plus, so it's like pretty bad for me. My opponent is constrained on colored mana here, so that's a plus side. They just went for Time Walk. I feel like you should activate top and draw an extra card. That was not an amazing Yogg-Will, but it definitely wasn't. Well, they're not even drawing an extra card. So all they got out of this was a Saga. That's really good for us. Oh, they had a Swords in their hand. I guess they don't need to do a Swords from the yard. So my opponent has a Mana Crypt that they can't get rid of. 20 cards. Saga tokens, but this is their last Saga. If they find a counterspell, then it's a problem. But if they don't find a counterspell, we have Dress Down. The problem is this Teferi is just so good against us. Also, I can't Dress Down until my turn anyways, right? Maybe they'll use the counterspell on the Hedron Crab. Oh, Teferi can bounce Crypt. I mean, I don't think this game is coming down to Crypt. I'm pretty sure... I mean, they should probably be drawing multiple cards with this top every turn. If they counter this Crab, it's probably good for us because it's going to be a better chance of resolving Dress Down. We're going to have to take one hit. Can we take one hit? Can we even take one hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? I can't take one hit. Wow. I actually think we just lose because they make a 10-10 and I can't play it at instant speed. Oh, I shouldn't have played this land. That was bad. I think we're just dead. Right? 8, 9. Oh, it's only 10. I still think we're going to die. This Teferi is really, really strong against us. How many Teferis are in their deck? 2 Teferis. Teferi is quite good against us. Maybe they'll bounce the Mana Crypt and save us. They get a Black Lotus. They play their Sensei's top. Then they just need to find one more artifact in their top 3. In their deck, they have a Jet, a Pearl, and a Sapphire. So they have 3 and 15. Like, they're going to find it. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Close game, though. For the fact that we put all their cards in their yard and they... I'm not sure Surgicals are correct in this matchup. They was really good to Surgical Saga, but I don't know if it was enough. Wait, they just played a new Teferi? I mean, if they just pass and they don't have their second force, then... Oh, they drew Jet. Okay, cool. They didn't have to do all that. They could have just activated top with key. But it's fine. I want this Daze back in. I'm gonna take this Mind Break Trap out. I don't think Null Rod's good against their deck. So I don't think Flux is good against their deck. Those are both overboarding like crazy. Court of Cutting doesn't seem like a vintage level Magic card. they can top, hold priority, key top, and draw with top. That draws a card and keeps your top. I mean, the crabs are great. Crab costs 1 mana. Court of Cunning costs 3 mana. 1 is less than 3. Man, I was worried about hands like this. Wait, why do I even have Jet in my deck? I just forgot to take Jet out of my deck. Because I cut the black cards and then forgot to take Jet out. Oops. My bad. I mean, it's good with Field of Ruin, so. Also, I could be playing Luris. Maybe we made some mistakes in deck building. I'm not saying we made some mistakes in deck building, but it certainly looks like we made mistakes in deck building. I put it in the Discord. No one said anything. No! You can't just give me 3 surgical extractions. That's just the worst. All right, well, now if I draw Jet, I can Field of Ruin the Saga. Oh, I didn't play the crab, Justin. Oh, I'm so bad, man. I just forgot to play the crab. Maybe they'll have a fetch land here. Of course not. I think we're just losing. I'm bad at this game. Land? Black Lotus. I'm gonna hit this Saga now. Sorry. I do plan on surgicaling the Saga. Yes, that is the plan. All right, I'm casting spells, chat. And then I'm going to cast Cruise. I should have freaking trapped in response to this. What am I doing? Why would I surgical first? I want more options, right? Oh, I guess you're right. I should have surgical first. You're right. I'm not playing very well. I need to slow down and think about this a little bit more. What about Tundra? Can I hit Tundra? If I hit Tundra and take Tundra, does that help? Like, they just can't cast white spells, right? I have to hit Tundra 13 and... Yeah, I know I have another 9 Mind Break Trap. I'm pretty sure we're winning this game by, like, a lot, so... I did not hit the 1 Tundra. How many cards do I have in my yard? 7, so I should just cruise first. Maybe I can hit another Archive Trap. I did hit Underground Sea. I don't think they can cast spells anymore. Well, I can't Crab then Ruin. I mean, I can, just for 6 cards. But I can't do both in the same time. I mean, I'm still supposed to. I mean, I think we're just winning this game. I hit the Tundra. Now I can take the Tundra out of their hand. Wait, maybe the Surgicals are just the best. And they can't Lorien Revealed for an Underground Sea because the Underground Seas are all gone. So they can't cast anything and they lose. Wow. Wait, our deck is broken. I didn't even play that correctly. I played like a shit. There's nothing even left to Surgical that matters, right? I guess they can draw Pearl for turn, so I should just Surgical Swords to Plowshares. Is it better to Surgical Swords to Plowshares, or is it better to Surgical to Fairy? It's gotta be better to do Swords to Plowshares. They can draw their 1 Pearl, right? That's their best draw. Ancestral into Pearl, or Dig into Pearl. But I have a field and 2 crabs, so I think we're good. What'd they draw? They draw Soul Ring? That was like the worst possible draw. Lorien Revealed? Draw 3? Into Ancestral Pearl or Ancestral... Well, no, they can't. There's no more mana, so they can't play Teferi this turn. Okay, so we just win with this Field of Ruin on the next turn. Wow. Mill, baby. I didn't even play that well. Well, I know their whole deck. Easily. Yes! Believers! All right, we're just going back to say how we were supposed to sequence this if I was a relatively powerful magician. Obviously, the Field of Ruin, Ruin Crab sequencing was obviously not correct. But then here, after the Field of Ruin kills the Saga, and with the Ruin Crab trigger on the stack, we Surgical the Saga, because no matter what, we are Surgicaling Saga in this sequence. So we don't want them to mill over Sagas, and that way we get like less cards milled over. We also will be able to look at their hand immediately, so we know what they have. And we also are baiting counter magic because we have triple Surgical. So first things first, you're supposed to Surgical this Saga. After we Surgical the Saga, we'll have perfect information of their hand. And then we can know they have no counter magic. And what we will do is Archive Trap them once. If they respond to Archive Trap with Lorien Revealed, I think I would want to consider Archive Trapping in response to possibly get rid of the island that they want to get. Because at that point, I'll know they have no islands in their hand because of Surgical Extraction. So I would probably consider at least Archive Trapping again. With 1 Archive Trap gone, if like depending on what you mill in your 13 cards, then you could theoretically surgically extract the remaining cards that they would go for Lorien Revealed with. Because like our whole idea after we did this play was to like get rid of the Tundra that was in their hand by hitting the other Tundra, right? So then we would do that. And then after that, I think it's pretty straightforward because we know that what's in their hand. We're only basically looking to get rid of Tundra here. And then we're also trying to make sure they don't have a black source. So after we archive again, they don't have a Jet and they don't have a Lotus, and we hit the Underground Sea. So we just Surgical the Underground Sea, then they can't cast black spells. And then we Surgical the Tundra, and they can't cast white spells. So we definitely play Crab and Mill so that we can have a higher chance of hitting the Tundra. That's straightforward. And then we just take out the Tundra, and they're left with nothing. All right, we're back at it. Round 3. Come on, let's get another win. On the play, any crabs? Oh, oh, we got crabs. Keep. Chancellor? No, this is our worst matchup. Ah. I knew when it was a new player with no results, it was going to be mono white. So the question is, do we throw a Ponder into the Chancellor, or do we play a Flooded Strand? That way we can force a spell in with Chancellor and not get wastelanded. Most vintage tournaments in paper have some amount of proxies, so you should be fine. Very few vintage tournaments require you to have an actual Black Lotus. I don't think we can use this Flooded Strand because I think I'm going to go Oboro. I'm going to play Oboro and I'm going to hope I don't get wastelanded because I think I need all my magic cards. I think I want Time Walk. I think I want to pitch Ponder to force. And I think hopefully I can just force something this turn and pay. This matchup is by far the worst matchup. I don't really think we can win, but we're going to do our best. We really need to dodge mono white in this tournament, which is not really a good choice going into a tournament, but I guess technically if they wasteland me, I can just return the Oboro. So maybe it's fine. There are some proxies named legal proxies. It's just if you make a playtest card, I recommend using a helper card, a double-faced helper card. I'm going to force this CRABMAS. This does set me up to get wastelanded, obviously, but I feel like I just have to. All right. There are cards that are double-faced cards, and there are cards called helper cards, which are just a blank magic card that you write in what the card is. So you just use those, right? Black Lotus, 0, artifact, tap 3, sacrifice, make 3 mana. That way it's the same, because it has a real magic card back. All right, well, my opponent had double CRABMAS, so it's not great. Well, I can't go for the payoff, Sahar. That's just not how you play against mono white. Like, they just have Cavern half the time. If I like try to wait for them to play a card and they have a Cavern, I lose the game on the spot. It is what it is. I think if you are waiting for like their payoff, you're just gonna lose too many games of Magic. Archon is the most beatable card for our deck, so it's a really good outcome. I believe most people say Clipsy is a good for proxying. I'm not super familiar, so. They did have a Wasteland. They hit the Oboro. But I have a basic island, Thalia. I mean, this is not a good mono white start against our deck, so this feels pretty damn winnable. So I have to fetch and get a basic island. Mill, Solitude. Crab. Mill. Save targets. Always yield. This crab blocks Thalia too, yeah. I mean, if they top deck like a White Plume here, it's really bad for us. But besides that, I think we're in an okay spot. Okay, sure. I couldn't surgical because it's Thalia, so my opponent drew the single best card in their deck, and there was only 3 of them. All right, I need to draw a basic island here, probably. Grab. I probably should not have cracked now. It's like, well, the thing is, I think there's nothing to surgical, right? Like, I'm not even sure surgicaling is good. I'm going to die too fast, right? Because I take 4, I take 9. I'm just going to die. I just needed my opponent not to top deck exactly White Plume Adventurer on that turn. And they just hit. Like, what? I don't know. We got close, I guess. I think we just take 3, 7, 9. I guess I block here, and I take 3, 5, 8, 5. Block. All right, so I need to top deck basic island, and then time walk into. I mean, that's not enough. I think we were winning this game if my opponent doesn't draw White Plume on that turn. But they drew White Plume on that turn, and we lost on the spot. All right. Do I keep in Mental Misstep for swords? Probably. Probably not. Yes, that was a terrible play. I could not have surgical White Plume Adventure because I was tapped out of mana against Athalia. Or I would have done that. Yes. Mindbreak Trap counters their spell on turn 1, even if they have a counter. Cavern. Hell yeah. Welcome to MTGO, Doctor. Well, that's not exactly the case because we've, when people say like we've like very specifically taken certain aspects of Modern Mill that are good in Vintage and cut out aspects that are bad in Vintage. So like, yes, it's a Modern Mill port, but I wouldn't really say it's very super similar. What do I have here? Suspend, Gush, Hedron, Crab. I mean, this is like not going to be good enough, right? I feel like I have to keep it though. Unfortunately, I just don't think this hand has enough power to be good enough. I probably have to hit myself with Hedron Crab and play Cruise. This is just like not a winnable matchup, unfortunately. I thought about it while deck building, and I was like, I don't know if there's like any reasonable way we can make this matchup playable. Fastbond is not a very good Magic card because you need to put too many lands in your deck to make Fastbond playable. So, like, playing basic islands is just much better than playing Fastbonds. Yeah, but black removal doesn't beat the deck. Like, if I play black removal, I can't steal the initiative back. All my creatures have 0 power. Like, playing black removal doesn't solve any of the problems, so I just decided to cut all the black cards. If I thought black removal would be good enough, I would have played black removal. But I just think it's not good. Like, removing their initiative creatures doesn't win me the game, so it's like, What's the point? All right, so I can suspend this White Plume so it doesn't get forged onto. If I go mill myself, I cast Cruise here, right? I think that's better. Crack this, mill myself. Crack this, mill myself. And then Treasure Cruise. I'm not going to play this Hedron Crab because my plan is to suspend this White Plume when they go to forge onto it. Should buy me a lot of time. Don't think it buys me enough time, but it's a chance. I guess I don't have to do it immediately, but I just felt like doing it immediately, so. I didn't draw any forces here, so I can't force their next play. They are going to get another initiative trigger when this comes back into play, right? Because this is cast again off the suspend. They didn't have a follow-up creature, though. Okay. So... Crab. Maybe this is enough. They have a Solitude, maybe? They were probably supposed to Solitude in my upkeep if they had a Solitude. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to wait. Because I could have just, like, played 2 fetches, or played a fetch for turn. Alright, I am, like, kind of scared by them pausing, so I'm just going to play my Field of Ruin. And then, now we're just going to mill them with all of our stuff. And then I'm going to cast Field, or use Field of Ruin on this Cavern. And I'm going to Archive Trap. All right. Yeah, I'll play this Sapphire out. So there used to be a deck called Eric's Crab Shack. It wasn't a very good deck, but people latched onto it because it was a pretty cool deck. It was a fast spawn Hedron Crab mill deck that used a Retreat to Hagra and the Orboro combo with fast spawn and Bounce Land combo with fast spawn, like a Amulet Titan Bounce Land fast spawn. Yeah, it was kind of never a very good deck, but it definitely got some loyal followers because it was a cool deck for sure. My opponent has 23 cards left, and we have 6 on each mill, and we have a Gush. They have no follow-up 3-drop? What is in their hand? All Seasoned Dungeoneers? Like, what's going on? I guess we can check. My opponent has Third Plains, Petal Emerald Cavern Waste Mox. So I think I'm actually not going to gush back my lands here. Because I want to be able to hardcast Archive Trap. I think I'm just going to cast Gush. I can also hardcast Fractured Sanity this turn. Or I can get extremely punished and draw Daze Negation. All right, well, now I can lose this game. Interesting. I wanted to give myself the ability to hit Archive Trap and cast it, but maybe I can cast it with Lotus still, so it's fine. This is gonna put them through the throne, right? We're just gonna lose. I guess Daze picks up an island, so it's the same as Gush, sure. If they cast something. Oh no, they hit a Solitude. Oh no, oh no. That wouldn't have mattered if I gushed or not, because I already played my land drop anyways. I actually think I'm gonna lose this game. Could we have dazed the suspend guy? Yeah, we could have dazed the suspend guy. We should have done that. I kind of forgot. I think I was F6 maybe. Strip mine. All right, I need to draw a spell. Yeah. So, do I have any islands? I do. Oh, see, the gush wouldn't have mattered because I did draw a land. So I guess it doesn't actually end up mattering. I don't die this turn. They drew Cavern. Oh, they had Cavern. Does this mean they have a Seasoned Engineer that they drew? I'm gonna daze it anyways. I don't think my misplay mattered much, right? Like nothing I've done, like I just didn't draw good cards off the gush. I currently have 6 mil. So if I hit a crab, I win. If I hit any mill spell, I win. I mean, this is still winnable. I just need to draw like a card that matters, right? All crabs, all mill spells. That one doesn't. And I lose. I think we just drew like terribly. What was that? This was like the most winnable game of all time. They kept a hand that had like 10 mana sources. So frustrating. We gushed into what? Dazed negation? 4 crabs win. Time Walk probably is good. Ponder is good. Field of Ruin wins. Ensnaring Bridge is probably fine. Dig wins. Brainstorm wins. Archive Trap. Ancestral. Fractured Sanity. More crabs. Merchant Scroll. Pond. Like, I would say more than half of our deck wins the game. We just missed. It's okay. We weren't going to win a game 3 versus deck anyways. So we'll just take the L, I guess. It's so silly, man. 4 cards. At least the Gush play didn't lose us the game because we'd still hit our land drop on both of these turns. Super frustrating, though. Rest in peace, deck. Fracture Sanity's on top. Okay, starting round 4 with way less time than I would hope. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I think it has too much mana. My opponent might be on Jewel, so... This jet is, like, so bad. I wish I had never put this jet in my deck. I just forgot to take the jet out after I took out the blue-black cards, so... Don't have a force in this hand, though, so if my opponent's on Jewel and they turn 1 kill me, they turn 1 kill me, but maybe if I don't die on turn 1, I can, like, mill them over their Jewel and take their Jewel or something? I don't know. I do have a bunch of mills next turn. 3, 6, 8, 10 total mills. I guess. These are both each opponent, so even if they play a ring this turn, it's okay. All right, so I'm probably going to need to mill some very important cards here, or things will be problematic. But these are both each opponent, so... Excuse me. All right, milled over a ring. I milled over a jewel. So I should just take the jewel, right? Oh, I guess my opponent could definitely have a force, but that's okay. Oh, they didn't have a force. They had a ring and a PO. Interesting. All right, so the jewels are out of the deck. My opponent does have a car. Oh no, they have a Karn. They're just gonna Karn it back. We don't have a blue source at the moment, and they actually can't play Karn at the moment either. So they have to draw something off the ring. I'm just gonna cycle this because I don't actually have a blue card coming anyways. Ancestral. All right, well. Opponent no longer has jewels. I don't know if that's actually good enough, but... Activate the ring, draw another 2. Next turn, we can go field, kill something, mill 6, cast Ancestral, I guess. The turn 1 ring when I had no force was really bad for me, obviously. Yeah, we should lose to this Karn in this game, right? Feels like it. If my opponent drew no blue source, so they can't play walk outcome. They drew no mana, so they can't play Karn. Then maybe we have a chance this turn. I don't know, but it looks pretty bad, all things considered. Saga Gaming, okay, that is not bad. That has got to be the best possible outcome for us, because we're sitting here with a Field of Ruin, and we're Field of Ruining their Saga. Oh no, that gets them a basic island. I can't do that. I need to mill the basic island first. I should not have played that Field of Ruin. That was a huge mistake. Oh, wait. No, I'm an idiot. I know their whole deck list. There's no fucking basic in it. I'm sorry. I messed up, chat. I could have killed the Saga. It's okay. Now my Field of Ruin can trigger an additional time with my second crab, so... I have the whole deck list in front of me, and I'm just like, there's an island. There's no island. It's okay. If they make a construct, it's not even that bad for us, right? 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 29 cards. I mean, Academy. I mean, this just gets them time walk and they win off time walk, right? I mean, there's possibility we can maybe archive trap them lethally. That's like our only out here now. Yeah, I was supposed to kill the Saga. Stupid Justin. I just assumed they had an island for some reason, but they're playing an Odawara instead of an island. I hate that so much. The Odawara is just like never usable. Like you want the Odawara for a null rod, but you can never use the Odawara with a null rod in play. Like the only time you can ever do that is when you have a Tolarian, in which case you're already winning. I guess if they time walk, they lose out on a construct. I don't know if they care about that. No, basic island is better than all of those things. All right, I think the only way we win is my opponent simply doesn't have a force of will and they go for like a big PO for a lethal and I just trap them. Yeah, well, our deck is a little different. Our deck kind of cares about landfall. I'm only playing one. Yeah, I don't think the misplay mattered much, but I do think we're gonna die. I think I hold this archive trap until a moment of weakness, maybe. I don't know. I think we needed a force in this game, which I did recognize when I kept my hand. This doesn't kill them yet, so I don't think I'm allowed to cast it. I do have a gush. I could hit a blue card force, I guess. I think we have to play this just in case. Ugh. $11 cards in hand, 3 force of wills. It's looking a wee bit doomed. They haven't drawn their time vault yet. I think even if we were to mill them, I'm not convinced. Like, if we milled them right now and hit their time vault, I don't even think that wins because they can just go Karn, buy it back over to. Maybe it wins. The biggest problem is their deck is going to have Force of Will when I try to cast this card, right? They PO right now. Oh, they're just going to go Karning. The thing is, I can play lands, so like Lattice Lock actually isn't even good, right? I kind of need to like bait with Gush and hope they counter it. I'm not like this isn't a really straightforward jewel spot, so I do think there are ways you can throw it. So I kind of want to play it all the way through. Like I do actively think like they might just go Lattice Lock, and I think we win if they go Lattice Lock. So if they draw cards here, they're drawing 5. They're drawing 5 and they have 20. Should I trap them then? Maybe I can draw multiple traps. Ugh. Unlucky. Yeah, they just had a force. All right. If I had hit the Saga, they wouldn't have had a key, though. Pretty big misplay. Still kind of hope they just, like, go Lattice, and then I just play lands for 2 turns. I don't think that's enough either, but... Yo, what's up? PO. They also have to like win, right? Like they have to make constructs and attack, right? I guess if they just take infinite turns here, it's enough. They got a worm coil engine. Cute. Play a new ring. Yeah, I don't think like I said, I do wish I had fielded a ruin my opponent. I don't think it mattered very much, but I do wonder if I was supposed to surgical the jewel. I think so. All right, I'll concede here. It looks like I'm dead. Kind of needed to draw like a second archive trap off of the gush. All right, so I have Null Rod. I have Flux, I guess. I have Mind Break Trap. Strip Mine. Those seem like pretty reasonable cards. I don't know how many I actually want, though. Like, what am I really taking out here? Mental Misstep, Probe. Like, Surgical seems quite good against their deck, actually. Like, maybe this is just, like, not an Energy Flux matchup. And I just play Null Rod, Mind Break, Strip Mine, maybe. That could be true. Maybe we just play 1 days. Like this. I mean, it could be an Energy Flux. It just doesn't feel like it should be an Energy Flux matchup. If they go Worm Coiling, though. What card do we take out if we want to play Energy Flux? Oh, Energy Flux is 100% for Sphere shops. Sphere resistance shops. This matchup, like, my opponent doesn't actually keep all their artifacts in play. Oh, yeah, Jet. Jet's pretty bad. True. Have to cut our Jet every round. I feel like this day sucks. Off it. I just not convinced that this Flux is good here, but maybe I'll just play 2 then. All right, we're looking for a hand that has counter magic. Yeah, I think that's a keep. It's not very great, but I don't think I'm passing up negation, strip mine, time walk, flux. Our deck also is like not a great flux deck because we don't have fast mana. But we have time walk for fast mana here. If I don't have to negate on turn 1, but I probably have to negate on turn 1. We have strip mine for a saga though, so that's pretty nice. Or even just like strip mining an ancient tomb so that the flux actually does something. I don't really have high hopes for this hand, but it feels like it's like enough. Hold my fetch in case I hit a crab. All right, what do you got for me? Turn 1. If they go defense grid, I am just going to let it resolve and go walk flux. I kind of think they're going to bring in defense grid, right? I guess that's a nice coverage point, actually. If they like board into the defense grid worm coil plan and we play flux, it's actually pretty good counter to that. Opponent is thinking. Almost caught up on time. Saga Gamer. Is it a 3-ball? It's a worm coil. It's a metamorph. Okay. Well, oh my. Okay. Ring. So if I let this resolve, they'll have 2 cards in hand, and I go Time Walk Flux. They pay for Ring, and they probably just play through Flux, right? I think I just have to negate this. So am I supposed to strip mine them? Yeah, I think so. All right, I hope they don't go land Jewel. Ring 2? Man, that is the worst possible outcome. That is by far the single worst possible outcome. Yeah, I mean, wait a second. It was the best possible outcome. Hold up, they lose the game? Say it ain't so. Nice Jewel deck, bruh. All right. Their deck no longer functions. That's good. Now the question is, do we even show them Flux? I think we're not supposed to show them Flux. I don't think I'm supposed to cycle. I kind of want to cycle. Well, I have a game 3 coming, and if my opponent doesn't know that I have energy flux in my deck, it's kind of highly advantageous to me. Also, their Saga's going away and getting them an artifact. Yes, my opponent's deck is like super combo deck with paradoxical outcome in it. They can very much play around flux. Also, if they like play another land here and make a construct, I can still flux later too. So like their deck can play around flux a lot easier than it can play around Null Rod. The only real way they beat Null Rod is if they have Tolarian Academy. So I can take them off of this by hitting them with flux. I guess I do just win the game if I play flux, but I just don't think I want to show them flux. I also don't know if they boarded in an island, so I don't think I want to Field of Ruin this here. I can still trap them next turn. All right, I'm just gonna flux them and win this game and go to the next one. Because the way I lose this game is my opponent goes Tolarian Academy, right? And so if I simply play a flux, then I can't actually lose this game. They lose their whole board here, and then their Saga goes away, and then they have absolutely nothing. It makes me have to play for this Null Rod every turn, but it's probably fine. They didn't board into their looks like they did not board into the defense grid plan, which is interesting to me. There's not really anything worth surgicaling. It's not like I mean, I could surgical just to learn more information, I guess. But like they can't actually play anything through Null Rod Flux, so. All right. Game 3, do they switch it up? Maybe I will play 3 Flux. I don't know. Flux is so slow on the draw. I think 2 Flux is fine. Like, my deck has no fast mana, so I'm just going to play like this. All right. Winnable, 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 winnable. They had a really good hand, too. We just top decked the Null Rod. Crazy. Oh, hello. No, Dress Down is very, very good. Dress Down is extremely good because Dress Down kills construct tokens. You want Dress Down in this matchup. I'd play more Dress Downs if I could get it. I don't have Counterspell backup, though. Pretty sure I'm supposed to negate this. Pitching Trap. Maybe they force back. That'd be the best outcome for us for sure. I can't just like not counter this because if I like go Lotus Flux and then they force it, like I just lose on the spot. Oh. See, this is just like not a combination, but what do I want to do? We don't know if they boarded in an island, but I could go Black Lotus, Crab, Field of Ruin. I can't negation to protect my Flux chat. If it's not my turn, I can't cast negation. So if I don't counter Ring and then I go Lotus Flux and they force my Ring or if I force my Flux, I lose the game on the spot. So I countered their Ring. I have options here and I don't know what the best one is. I think it's just Lotus Flux. I don't know. Field is like really good, right? Like if I go Lotus, Crab, Field it, and then I can play Null Rod on the next turn. Man, I don't know the answer. I just don't know which play is right here. There's like 3 plays and they're all fine. I don't know the answer. I think all of these plays have a lot of merit. I think they also have Force of Will, for what it's worth. So I think that the Null Rod is better than the Flux. So I think getting the Flux forced is better for me. Yeah, they did have Force of Will. So this ends up being better for me, I think. Because if I had used my Lotus or something to play a Null Rod, then I'm never playing this Flux. It costs too much mana. Yeah, this worked out. This worked out well. Because I did think they had a Force. So I played this game really well so far. I like where we're at. We actually have the ability to slam a Null Rod next turn. They shouldn't have a Force backup. Hopefully we don't like die. Like if they go like Workshop Jewel and kill us, that's unfortunate, but I think I really like how we played this game so far. They don't have Time Vault, so this key is no problem. They do have a Saga, but they won't be able to use the Saga. Okay, I think we're winning. If you just simply put Null Rods in your sideboard, you too can beat Jewel very easily. Though they could have an Ancient Tomb. If they have an Ancient Tomb, then it's bad, because then they make constructs. Monolith, no problem. Sweet. All right. Time Walk. Would we ever Field of Ruin this Saga? There's like no reason to, right? I guess to get us a blue card for Sanity. So I think we just cast Time Walk. Gotta hate on artifacts. Opponent is sad. I do need to win this game. I don't think I'm supposed to hit the Saga, though. I'm gonna wait. Because this is disappearing anyways. I am gonna do it so I get my triple blue for Fractured Sanity, though. I'm gonna hit the Workshop if they don't do anything. So I'll definitely hit a Tomb if they played a Tomb or something. I don't know if they ended up putting in a Ancestral in there, or a Shop's island in their way. See if they put in an island in their deck. Failed to find. Nice. Trap, not the best here. I think I'd rather just mill him for 14 and try to hit Academy than... I hit Odawara, but I didn't hit Academy. So they can still draw Academy here. Ancestral. Strip Mine. They can still hit Academy. Is there anything I can Surgical that helps? Just Surgical their Force. Oh no, there's 4 forces. All right, whatever. I don't think Surgicaling helps at all. Besides, like, giving them more chances to draw Academy, right? All the workshops, or almost all the workshops, are in the yard. I do have a Strip Mine for Academy. Oh, they drew Academy. Okay, well, in the beginning of combat, I Strip Mine your Academy. Hull Breacher. Force it. I think that locks it up. I did not expect that. I'm just gonna F6 and win. I don't feel like figuring out which card is there. This deck slaps. Wait, what? Let's go. Imagine playing Jewel. Couldn't be me. All right, those energy fluxes definitely overperformed. I wonder if it'll happen again here, as we might play another paradoxical Jewel deck. Here we go. If we win, the over-under was set at 2.5. So the believers will get paid out. I'm keeping this hand, by the way. I think I'm keeping this hand. This hand is pretty good against Jewel, and if I draw any land, I have field for Saga. The Jet is bad, except for the fact that it turns on field, so it's actually good. So I think this hand is a keep, and we should be pretty okay about it. If we get a crab going, we can go crab ourselves and get Cruise going, possibly, but Cruise will probably get pitched to Force, realistically. Do I play my land on turn 1? Yeah. I want to play my land so that I can activate Field of Ruin on Saga if I need to. I think it's pretty important to hopefully be able to like hit a land drop on turn 2. Like obviously I'm losing out on my crab, but I think that's okay. Like I might even pitch my crab. Like the idea here is that my opponent is probably on Paradox Outcome / Jewel / Combo Shops / the One Ring combo / Urza Saga in a trench coat. And I need my forces, right? And so having 2 forces against that deck is really strong, and having a Field of Ruin for a Saga is really strong. So obviously, like, if we just draw no lands, and then we die. But we have 17 more lands plus 2 more Moxen. I think it's okay. Like, we're gonna buy ourselves a bunch of time, so. We found them. They're not ready for Field of Ruin Mox Jet. But that's what's about to happen. Field of Ruin Mox Jet in my mono blue deck. Can't believe I played. Can't believe I played a Jet in this deck. So sad. All right. Are you Coveted Jewel? That's an island. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you telling me it's not Coveted Jewel? Maybe I should keep my crab then. Nope. Crab down. I can't Field of Ruin this island. It's not a non-basic land. Not good. What? That's cheating. 4 mana on turn 1? I just did that, I guess. I guess. I no longer feel favored. Okay, it is Jewel. They just have an island. Okay, so this version has an island. I see. I thought they normally had an island. I guess I force it. Well, I do think I'm still losing, for what it's worth. I don't think Surgical is very good here. Unlucky, really. If they play a ring follow-up, we are just dead. Sad days. I feel like the best thing that can happen is my opponent plays a Saga, I draw a land, I Field of Ruin the Saga, and surgically extract it. I feel like that's the best sequence that can happen. But I don't want a surgical Ancestral Lotus. my dual opponent drew Ancestral Lotus Trinisphere, huh? Sounds about right. If they go like Workshop Jewel. All right, we do need to recognize that they do have an island in their deck, though. So different heuristics than last game. It's very important not to give them an island because they normally can't cast their spells. This is a PO for 2. Oh, it's... yes. My opponent is much more powerful than I am. Not ideal. Their hand was Island, Ancestral, Black Lotus, Trinisphere, Mana Vault, Tinker. They can just get Jewel. I don't have a creature. Maybe they think I have a Bowmaster. They got a Forge. Ooh. It's exciting. And Academy was their last card? Okay. And they left it on top. Gonna probably have to surgical them if I don't have a land here. Probe. Couldn't we cast Mindbreak Trap on the 3-ball? Well, I'm gonna lay it down for you right now. I didn't have a Mindbreak Trap in my hand, so I was unable to do your play. We had an Archive Trap in our hand. So if I surgical, do I have enough to cruise? I don't. No worries. All right, well, your move, opponent. Ooh, we got an F6. They didn't use their Forge. Maybe it's fine. PO. Forge. Okay, and Ancient Tomb removed. Workshop. Workshop's pretty good. Monolith off the top. And brick. No, they didn't brick. They hit literally Karn. Okay, seems good. So good. Surgical extraction against Karn, not the best for anyone wondering at home. Oh, my opponent has all their good cards for sure. For sure. To be fair, they put the good cards in their deck, and we did not put the good cards in our deck. So who's really to blame here? They also turned off my Mox Jet, which was I was using to cast Field of Ruins. I don't think I have a big chance of winning this game. However, if I draw a fetch land, 5th card in the yard, use my Field of Ruin on their Workshop, 6th card in the yard, surgical something, Workshop probably, 7 cards in the yard, cast Treasure Cruise. Like, my opponent doesn't have a lot of mana right now, right? They got a Lattice. Okay. Okay. All right. We got chances. Fetch lands. Fetch lands. Any fetch lands? I hate this game. This. I guess I can pass Cruise, right? This stinks. Well, maybe I can surgical. I can't surgical for my own spells here. All right. Well, I'm gonna cast 2 surgicals so that I can cast my spell. And I need to draw Force, I guess. God, all the bad cards are still in their deck. They only drew the restricted cards. This feels illegal. I don't want to hit the artifacts, so I don't want Karn to get them. All right, what do I need here? I need to draw exactly like negation blue card. Or... Okay. If you say so. I drew Force of Will number 3 and 4. That's very silly. All right, well, they're out of mana now. If I hit a land, I can hit their workshop. Oh, they got a card from outside the game. Is it a Soul Guide Lantern to hit the lattice, to get the lattice back? What's the plan, Stan? I don't even know what's in your Karn board anymore at this point. What a weird game. God Pharaoh's statue. Why do you have that? All right, I need a land. I need that land. I need the land. I need to kill this workshop. Let's go! Big win. We strip mine their workshop, getting an island. Wait a second, chat. Is it playable? Feels a little playable. I mean, they do have an active Mystic Forge, so if they just hit all the Moxen in their deck, we do die. I don't know. Feels a little playable. This Field of Ruin card has kind of been nuts, huh? Maybe I need to play more Field of Ruin Astrolabe decks. All right. Oh, don't mind if I do. So do we mill? This is 28 cards. I feel like we don't cycle, right? I feel like we just cast these. Like we have so many bad cards in our deck, right? I feel like we just... Negation, not ideal with Karn, but... Yeah, I feel like we just hold these and we have to go for max value. Not value, because value would be cycling. But I feel like we have to go for max millage. We have a negation, so that's good. That'll buy us another turn, maybe. If my opponent goes to their draw step here, I might hit them with a mill, though. Because if they're not exiling the top card, it means they want it, right? Which means it's a land, so I should mill, right? True statement, or... Yeah, it was an Urza Saga. Or an Ancient Tomb. It was either an Urza Saga or an Ancient Tomb. Oh, they're not turning on their Forge as a 4/4 attacker. What'd they draw? A 1-drop? A top. Okay. Oh, they hit a forge. Just oh no, they got top and forge. Oh no. They don't have a lot of mana though. Wait, I had a mental misstep, Justin. The fuck are you doing? Okay, I'll get him on the next one. I just F6. That's why. I was just F6. I mean, I'm dead in 2 attacks to this Mystic Forge if I cast this mental misstep. But things are getting dicey. If I dress down, can I stop this in any way? Not really, right? This is 33 minus 14. That's not enough. I do think that the cycling sanity was correct, stopping them from drawing an Ancient Tomb or a Workshop. Or sorry, an Ancient Tomb or a Saga. I don't know which one was on top, but one of those. We do need to draw another sanity probably, because an Archive Trap might not be hard to turn on. As long as opponent keeps activating Forge, we have a chance to win this game, I think. Uh-oh, they didn't activate Forge. What does that mean? 2 mana. What does that mean? Grim Monolith. I think I just negate this so they can't counter. They can't cast something. No, it's a one-time thing, right? So I can just counter whatever they cast. I guess I can't counter a I can't counter a Metamorph, but that would be okay. Okay, they still haven't seen it. We're alive. We drew another sanity. Mill 14. Now we're winning. Now we're winning. Wait a second. Wait. No, they had force. No. When did they draw force? Now we're losing. No. I should have cycled. It was uncounterable. It's okay. They're debating whether to keep their top card. The game continues. The F6 letting top resolve lost us the game. True. Brutal. That's crazy. I was like, there's nothing I'm going to mental misstep at all. And top is like the one card in their deck I can mental misstep, right? They had already used Ancestral Vault. I was like, just F6. F6, a classic F6 moment. They're debating their top card right now. They kept it. Saga Gaming. Emerald. 6 mana. They have a Karn activation here too. They could go get a ring if they wanted. I'm not feeling confident anymore, chat. It's a Jewel? Should we just let Jewel resolve? No, because they'll know to stand up Jewel, right? Oh, it's a Pio. I can't let that resolve. I think I'm just going to get rid of the other negation. I don't think, like, countering 2 spells is how we win this game. Right? Dress down draws a card, friend. Like, dress down draws a card that wins the game. Like, I need to cast a mill spell, and to get a mill spell... Oh no, do they have the Soul Guide Lantern? Get back the Lattice? Lattice lock me? I guess they tacked down a mana again. Like, I just don't see myself, like... Well, I draw a blue card, I hold up negation, I guess I hold up all my mana. I don't know, like, I want to draw a card, right? If I find, like, an Archive Trap, I guess I can't cast an Archive Trap, though. They got a 1 ring from Exile. They can't cast the 1 ring currently, though. Next turn they can, though. Next turn they can. Dig through time! Da-da-da-da! Alright, well, now I wish I had my negation back, because that was my only counterspell. Because I have no more counterspells to hit. Oh, give me back my negation. Crab. I mean, it's just crab fetch land, right? It's not crab Oboro, right? Crab fetch land mill 6. Crab Oboro. I mean, Oboro is worse. I want to mill 6 now. It's just crab fetch. And then we put, I guess, the fetch on top here. But I'm never making it to that fetch, so it's fine. We are not on Mystic Sanctuary, unfortunately. Maybe we could have been. This also is a blocker. I do think my opponent was supposed to win this game, but no one tell them. Yeah, that would be a very different game for sure. Excuse me. Five cards in library. They were supposed to stand up Forge and attack like 6 turns ago, not me. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to stand up and attack like 6 turns ago. It's been a long game that should not have been going to this point. This is game 1, by the way. They're a dual deck with 6 minutes. This is game 1. They figured it out! Oh no! Land? Fetch land? I should dress down. No, I can't dress down. So I just mill 3. And then we dress down. This doesn't turn this off, right? No! We can't dress down first, chat. That turns off my fucking crab. That's not how the magic cards work. All right, now I need to draw a new crab. What are you asking? Can I not search for a land on their upkeep? I don't understand what you're asking. Also, Field of Ruin is not a double spell because they don't have a land for me to kill. Yeah, I dressed down on my turn so that I could draw a mill spell. I can draw Archive Trap and win this game. Archive Trap beats the ring here, so. Does not beat God Pharaoh's statue, though. So I can draw Fractured Sanity, and I can draw the Ruin Crab, and I can draw Hedron Crab. That doesn't do it. This can only draw... This can only draw Fractured Sanity number 4. Because it doesn't stop anything. So it's just Fractured Sanity 4. Is there anything else? Well, my opponent didn't play the ring. They played the God Pharaoh statue, chat. So it doesn't matter if it's Ruin Crab or Hedron Crab. But I can't cast them now because it's going to cost me 3. So it's still better to just end step, right? Well, no, because this costs 1,000,000 mana, chat. The spells cost 2 more. I think it's just Fractured Sanity 4. Wait, is this block? No! If I had just drawn Crab, we would just block? No! Ah, sad. They live with 0 cards in library. Crazy. I would have done it too because we had the ability to field because they played City. Damn. All right, well, I'm going to bring in Energy Fluxes and Null Rods and Strip Mines and Mindbreak Traps, and I'm going to take out Jet and Island and Probe, Misstep. What were the other cards we took out, chat? I don't remember. Oh, Dazes. Oh, I didn't bring in all 3 Fluxes. I kind of feel like that was wrong, though. Was the other card we should cut for the 3rd Flux. That definitely overperformed. Especially on the play. Yeah, could be Ponder. I think Surgical is quite good against my opponent's deck, to be honest. No. I mean, 3 Surgical is probably too many, but like hitting Surgical on Jewel, Ring, or Saga is like extremely strong. It might just be Ponder, or it might be 3rd Surgical. It's probably one of those two. It's probably 3rd Surgical. Even hitting like Workshop can be pretty good. Yep. Keep. So crack, basic, island, crab, go. Negate their first thing with time walk. Crack, crack, field, crack. Yeah, this looks good. It's good. It's a good hand. Lotus? No. Have to let them invest it. 6 mana? Jewel with force backup? Oh, Metamorph. As what? A Lotus? As a crab? Like what are we doing with a Metamorph? Oh, 2nd Lotus. Okay. Oh, so they can tinker. I see. Cool. So next turn we can Field of Ruin plus Trap or just slam Flux. Flux will kill them with triggers too. I almost don't want to Flux because I kind of want them not to concede and go to game 3. Oh no, they already conceded and went to game 3. No! Come back! Okay. Now I have to have another good hand. So bad for me. They just said I have this Tinker hand. Come at me. Yeah, I just don't think Tasha is good in Vintage. Everyone's playing too many high cost stuff. I've been extremely impressed by this Fractured Sanity card, though. I didn't really have high expectations for Fractured Sanity, and it's been great. But I also am playing, like, 7 basic islands, so... I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't have Jet in my deck at all. I understand it gets me to Null Rod and Energy Flux earlier. I just think it's not good enough. Do I miss Otawara? No. What do I want to bounce? Otawara sucks. Basics are broken, chat. Stop losing to Wasteland for free. Maybe we can bring in Jet just to try to ramp out our stuff. Probably better than Surgical anyways. I don't know. Neither are thrilling options. I just think everyone should play all basics so you can't get Wastelanded. It's great. Highly recommend. No. I would just play other cards. I had a Jet in the deck because the deck started as a blue-black deck. And then when I cut all the black cards, I forgot to take the Jet out. It could be a pedal. A pedal might be correct. That's definitely possible. But also, like, I kind of think you don't have enough mill spells in the deck, and I would like to add more mill spells. The problem is, like, I cut all the blue-black mill spells, so you'd have to play, like, Tasha's Hideous Laughter or, like, a Jace. Did I start with Luris? No, I started with Leylines, so I didn't have a Luris either. I decided that I wanted to play Surgicals over Leylines. I don't know if that actually ended up being correct, but it's been interesting. Double Force Null Rod. Yes, keep. You got it. 100%. Slam a damn ding dong. Pearl. Sapphire. Saga. Let's see. Uh-oh. It means they're gonna make a construct. Where's my Mox Jet? Mox Jet, where are you? I needed a Mox Jet. They're gonna make a construct. I'm gonna lose. Come on, play a One Ring. Come on, no! They have a city. They're gonna make 2 constructs. I need to draw a dress down now. Oh no, the time constraints are forcing them into bad plays. Maybe I should time walk. I don't think so. I just want to play the Null Rod. They had a force. I had a force on probably the time walk. No, it's probably the negation, right? Yeah, it was probably the negation. Oh well. Yep. There is a problem. We were on the draw. My opponent simply makes 2 10-10s and kills us. I should have kept the time walk because it was a draw spell. I was like thinking about the crab because the crab blocks for a turn, but if I draw energy flux, it's enough. Yeah, I needed to keep that time walk. It's okay. I have a lot of good draws. I have 2 dress down, ancestral, dig, flux, flux, flux. Yeah, I'm gonna lose because I didn't keep the time walk. Woo! Justin threw it. Sag. It's better to go to 1, right? Oh no, that can't fetch. Yep. Lost it. Sorry, chat. Ah, sad Justin. Even Flux doesn't do it anymore. It has to be dressed down because they can pay for 1 and put me to 1. Ooh, maybe I was supposed to mill myself. Someone said mill yourself for delve spells, but I guess I would have milled the delve spell. But yeah, I probably was supposed to mill myself for delve spells. I threw it away. Sorry, chat. If I time walk, I draw 1 more card. Yeah, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. If I had milled myself, I mean, if I mill myself, it depends on like where I mill and when I mill. My opponent kept an all-in construct hand and it was so good against me. To be fair, it would have been only 1 construct if they didn't have city, but yeah. Yeah, I guess I am just supposed to mill myself. I don't know like where we end up here. I don't feel like my opponent would have gone for this line if they didn't have 2 minutes on the clock, but rough. Okay, here it is, 6th and final round. Hopefully I can play a little tighter and get the win because the over and under was 2.5 match wins and we are at 2 and 3. Can we go 3-3 and probably miss money? Okay, we're up against Grixis Tinker, Renee, Hold Breachers. This hand looks good. Keep. Keep. Oboro, Ruin Crab, probably. Blocks Monkey. not that I think Renee plays Monkey anymore, but how do you feel about the crab, Renee? Does that scare you? Does the thought of a blue mana 1-drop crab scare you? Are you gonna force the crab? Yeah. Force Patrol Breacher. You got it. Uh-huh. Resolves. I do have an Oboro in play. Think of all the mills I can do. All right. Crab. Force this crab too. Cycle Lorien revealed before I mill them. Fair. I can archive trap them if they go to fetch. Probably will, right? Oh, you activated my trap card. Boom. Did I get anything? I did not get anything. All right, I guess you can go get your land then. Boom, mill 3. Three sagas down. Yogwill's gone. Do we cast Ponder, chat? Yeah, we can cast Ponder. Maybe we'll hit an archive trap. Oh, Fluster? Okay, they have 3 cards left. We've got a Force, a Crab, and an Oboro. They have 30 cards in their deck. Not the best outlook. They also did not hit Citadel or Tinker. They do have a Time Twister in their deck. Oh no. I need the latest Renee list. I need to know. I need the tech. Give me the info. What is the latest Renee list? Latest Renee list is 1 Gorilla Shaman, 1 Bowmaster, 4 Hold Reacher, 2 Dak Faden, 1 Yogwill, 1 Twister, no Wheel, no Breach. Okay. I did not hit any Doomsday players today, unfortunately. Okay, so now what? Archive trap. Okay, so let's return the Oboro and replay the Oboro. Maybe it was correct for them to force my first thing, huh? The 1 Pyro is gone too. Return Oboro to my hand. Play Oboro. I think they have a Hull Breacher, it looks like. But I'm not going to counter a Hull Breacher. We should be clocking that, right? Maybe not. If we hit the Archive Trap, we're clocking the Hull Breacher. So I'm going to let the Hull Breacher resolve. I think the Force is more important on something else. What is this? Dak Faden? Oh, yeah, it's a problem. So you have to negate this Dak Faden then. Yeah. I mean, if they have a Force backup for this Dak Faden and they take my Archive Trap. Not great. Oh, the Dak Faden got countered. Okay. I am still getting clocked here by a Hull Breacher. I need to draw a Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin? Ding, ding, ding. Red is Dak Faden. Black is Demonic. Hit the Tinker. So there's Demonic Vampiric, and there's one Dak Faden. I'm gonna hit the red. Do you get your basic island? Looks like it. I've been really happy with Field of Ruin. I feel like that was a really strong addition to this deck. I know that modern players play some Field of Ruin, but like the vintage, there's been like vintage attempts at Mill before, and none of them had Field of Ruin in it. But Field of Ruin has looked great. Think of major upgrade, actually. All right, they did get the island. Hopefully they don't have their one fluster. Oh, they already used their one fluster. All right. Trap you. Oh, they're at 6? I don't think they have anything left in their deck that saves them here. They don't. It's a win. Oh, let's go. Big. Okay, we're game up on Grixis Tinker. You love to see it. Now, the hell do we board here? So the biggest problems are Yogwill and Time Twister. Yogwill and Time Twister are huge issues, and we don't have Thoughtseizes to take them out of our opponent's hand. Opponent is probably bringing in a second Flusterstorm and 2 Pyroblasts. This looks tough. This looks tough. I don't know if this is enough to justify Leyline, but we could always theoretically board out Surgicals. I don't think this is a deck that it's justifiable to bring in Null Rod or Flux against either. Probably need to bring in Fluster, though. And Mindbreak Trap looks pretty good. So maybe the play is... Days on the draw. Maybe just days at all on the draw. Is it like good enough to leyline my opponent? Like they just have Yogwill Twister. Like that's gotta not be enough. Jet. I mean, we could do this. I'm not sure it's good. I don't know if like adding 4 dead cards to my deck is what I want to be doing. The problem is like, what am I hitting with Surgical? I'm hitting just Saga and Force. It's like really not that good either. So like, is the Leyline a higher upside? It might just be. Do they have Delve? They have Dig. I don't know. I don't know if it's better or not. I just don't know. They both are kind of medium, so... All right. What do you got for us, Renee? What do you have? Why did I get rid of the deck list? I need that. Oh, wait. I didn't get rid of the deck list. It's just hiding. Renee. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 cards, right? I'm hitting Yogwill, and I'm hitting Twister, and I'm hitting Dig. But I'm, like, giving up 4 slots in my deck, right? This hand looks great, I think. Yeah. I gotta be careful with my Brainstorm because of 4 Hold Breacher, but... So Ghost Quarter doesn't... the Field of Ruin gives me a land, and it triggers my Ruin Crab, so it's been really good. Field of Ruin has been perfect. And I don't think there have been, like, any instances where like maybe there was one instance where I didn't have the mana. I think Field of Ruin's been great. The one problem here is they have 3 Pyroblast post board as well. Like, I can't really fight over a Pyroblast on this, but it's really bad for me. This Dress Down's I think I might need to put more Dress Downs in the deck as well. They've been pretty important. Need to hit a land here. Didn't hit a land here. Do I Brainstorm lock myself? Run myself into a Hull Breacher? Feel like the answer is yes, right? There was some more fields, I think. They were called, like, Demolition Field, maybe? That's a May, too, huh? That one does get me a basic, though. All right, I think I'm just jamming this Brainstorm and I lose the game if they have a Hull Breacher Force. I guess I don't lose the game, I have double Force. But, like, I need to hit a land. Okay. So, what do we want to do now? Do we just put back dig Sanity, keep all of our interaction, let them make constructs, and then dress them down? I think so. I could even draw the dig if I don't want to draw the dig. I just want to fetch it away. We have to be really careful with Yogwill and Twister, though. A Braid. Okay. All right. Feel like we need a little help in this game. We hit Black Lotus, so they can't get Black Lotus off of Saga now. Lorien does trigger Archive Trap. You are searching. I kind of need to hit a land so I can have Dress Down with Flusterstorm backup, don't I? I just need to hit another land, and then I think we're okay, because we can play Dress Down with Flusterstorm backup. But I have all counter magic right now, so... I mean, I have forces, so like I can force it through, but I don't want to force it through. I'd like to just be able to Flusterstorm it through. Land? Another crab. I mean, I think it's our best opportunity to do it now on my turn, right? Oh, how many negations do they have? Oh, they have 0 negations in their 75. And they have up to 2 more Pyroblasts and 2 Flusterstorms. It has to be Pyroblast. All right, I'm just going to dress down. I guess I could theoretically try to get Mindbreak Trap going on their turn, but I don't want to take any more damage either. If it's Pyroblast, I have Mental Misstep covering Pyroblast, so... I think it's all fine. Even if I hit a land, I guess I'm not even playing the land, right? Because I'm going to play Crab plus land next turn. I'm not... I mean, yeah, I guess I could have gone to end step, let them spin with top, and then cast Stress Down, right? That might have been the best. That might have been the best sequencing, assuming that they did spin on end step. Hull Breacher pitching force. Force pitching. Trap, probably. I don't think they're going to get up to 3 spells, right? They would have to have force, fluster. I'd like to have my mental misstep. Yeah, I mean, I know they get to fluster, but like what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna pitch the second crab. Like, I definitely should have waited to. The problem is if I go to end step and they don't spin and it goes to their turn, it's like worse for me, right? Okay, they didn't have a fluster. It's like super bad for me, right? If they just like don't spin and then they open up a tons of mana. The next question is going to be, if I draw a land, is it worth it to play the land to hold up in Flusterstorm? Okay, well, that doesn't hold up in Flusterstorm, so I'm just going to hold the land for the crab. This is good. It covers Saga. All right. Saga has been dealt with. I have 4 cards versus 4 cards. I have a crab. Cycle, sure. Not scared of Archive Trap. Volcanic. Okay, pass. So do I have to hold this Field of Ruin for Saga? Probably. Ooh, new crab. Don't mind if I do. Again, I'm not countering a Hull Breacher. It doesn't seem to matter on this board. Is this a dig through time? It's a Snapcaster. Snap Pyro. Interesting. That block, I could block that with Ruin Crab. So I'm just gonna let them Pyro, and then I'll Mental Misstep it paying life. That lets me continue to hold up Fluster next turn. I don't know why they would snap Pyro on the stack. Could just Pyro the crab, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they're priced into this now, so they're only gonna have 2 cards in hand. We're gonna have Force Trap Fluster with 2 crabs, a Field of Ruin. That seems like a pretty reasonable spot. Again, we're still super worried about Twister Yogwill. Those are the big ones. I forgot about the Snapcaster. I guess that's another card that gets turned off by Leyline. Though Surgical's pretty good against Snapcaster. Like, Surgical would be pretty good here. Hit all 3 Pyros. This is definitely worth misstepping. It's going to greatly increase our clock. And it's not like we're dying to the Snapcaster on board because we have the O3 crab. Definitely trying to mill away something powerful from them. We hit their Tinker, so that's something. They still have access to Yogwill and Twister. We have Fluster, Trap, and Force. If we can draw, they hit Academy. It's 1,000,000 mana, so that plays around Fluster. So they had Twister and we're able to play around Fluster. So we have to force it. Pitching Trap. Okay. The problem now is Fluster is so far off. They still have an island in their deck. But I could hit this Underground Sea, I guess. Well, I'm going to use Field of Ruin next turn, so I think I'd rather just have Fluster there than, like, keep the trap in hand. Drew Dig through time. I think I'm still more interested in hitting their black source. Does give them another spin and look and stuff, but... Yogwill is just super going to kill me. So there's Lotuses in the yard. They still have Jet, and they have 2 Underground Seas. This is so bad. What am I doing? Wait, you're spinning first? I guess it doesn't matter. I guess they could draw a card if they wanted to. I hit 2 Sagas and a Pyro, and then I hit Demonic Lorien Bolt. Okay. So currently, I still can't freaking fluster anything. I guess I can fluster a Lorien revealed. That's about it. I can fluster to protect my dig through time. Their island might have been their card in hand, or they just chose not to get it. So they drew Jet. Do they have Jet into Yogwell? Yeah, it looks like they have Jet into Yogwell. Forgot to float mana. That's so frustrating, man. At least they forgot a mana there, so... I mean, they still just get to go Mox, Crypt, Lotus is 6. They can just go Hull Breacher, Twister. Yeah, we're just dead. Man, how frustrating is that? Crazy. Maybe I should have just dug for force instead of doing Wasteland there, Black Source. Come on, like, they have to find exactly Black Source plus Yogwill? There's just no way I'm supposed to do that. This is like super simple for them. They just cast Hull Breacher, Twister, right? I don't know, man. I think the play I made was better, right? Alright, whatever. Let's just concede and go to the next game here. There's no point in playing this out. That's nice, not me. I'm happy for you. But you weren't playing Mill, so, like, does anyone really matter? Alright. I still don't even think I want the Dazes back in against these, like, all Moxen deck. All right, it's coming down to the last game, chat. This over-under was placed at the perfect amount. If we win, believers cash out. If we lose, haters cash out. And it's all down to the last match of the tournament. Man, I thought we were in a really good spot that game. I guess technically, no, they would have had Pyroblast up. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's the only option there that made a lot of sense differently was just digging instead of hitting their Black Source. Yeah, I think the ley lines make sense. I don't want to play the ley lines, but I think it's fine. We'll just do it. Opponent's playing a couple other games apparently, so here we go. Last game of the tournament. Who will get paid out? Mind Break Trap, Force, Dress Down, Field of Ruin, Field of Ruin. Don't think I'm allowed to mulligan this. No, we did not pair against any Doomsday players. We beat Esper Saga, and we beat Jewel. I think the Jewel matchup's pretty reasonable with the sideboarding plan. I think the Esper and Grixis Tinker matchups are pretty reasonable just because of how their deck is configured against Archive Trap. Obviously, Doomsday would have been the best matchup to draw, but we didn't find any Doomsday players. Mono White Initiative is probably the worst matchup. Dredge is pretty bad, obviously. The squee pair pairing was not great for us either. So it seems like we have an interesting spread. All right, Renee, go easy on us. We're just trying to cash with Mill here. Sapphire. Lotus. Classic Renee start. Play around Mindbreak Trap. A super classic Renee start. If Renee doesn't have a Black Lotus in hand, is Renee even playing? You know, it's just how it is. Ancestral in my upkeep? Don't say things like that. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Ancestral with Pyroblast in my upkeep. That's so crazy, man. Ancestral with Pyroblast up in my upkeep. Maybe I can bait the Pyro Fluster on this, and then I can force this with Mindbreak Trap. I don't know. It's just Renee. Like, what are you going to do? No, was unable to bait. I mean, do I just run into it? Like... they clearly have a counter, right? Like... Whatever. I don't know. Oh, why do I fucking play games versus Renee, man? It just doesn't, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Also did not mill over Yogwill or Twister. We're just dead. We're just simply 100% dead. All right. Looks like haters are getting paid out. I should have known. The classic Renee game 3. Simply draw the good cards. No Gorilla Shamans here. I also pitched my dress down, by the way. So, so the reason I pitched dress down is because I have Field of Ruin. So like I technically have an answer to Saga, unless of course they just have Yogwill in hand. You just like can't. You just like can't. Like they just are the best. They're just the best. Like they're just the best. It's fine. Let them out. They win. They're too good. We've invested. What am I gonna do when my opponent has that kind of power? I have to pay out the haters. No. 2-4 with Mill. It kind of worked, actually. It clearly felt doable. The plans it put together were very playable, and when we lost, it felt like we lost to some like powerful draws from our opponent a lot of the time. There were definitely some sequencing things that we could improve on, but I'm not sure if any of them really cost us games. Just maybe cost us chances. It was fun though. I had a good time. We had some seriously close games, so that made for some entertaining content. Hope everyone has a great holidays. If you want more vintage content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my YouTube channel, I will see you then.